body shattered, holding on to what we have and take us to the edge and back, holding on to what we have and take us to the edge and back.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the finals of this week's Battle for Asgard. I'm Wormy, joined here by Vengeance, and right now we've got Space Station Gold, actually, the Smite minor league team on the Order side, and Arena Mains, people we just saw last on the Chaos side. And I'm here again with Vengeance.
Hello everybody, and we get to see some a little interesting Glavius on Osiris jungle here.
I think we're also kind of missing the biggest elephant in the room, and not the Ganesh. And I'm talking about Kuzenbo solo.
I mean, I don't know, that's something we see people do every now and then, come on.
Yeah, but
look deep
okay,
into my
you can't tell me that literally Cerberus, Ardio, and Sobek were all banned. That's not possible. I mean, again, we didn't have picks and bans one more time. Sorry for not being able to bring that to you, but there's so many better picks, don't you think?
I mean, you didn't see picks and bans, you don't know.
Yeah, but...
Also, remember, there's a Medusa mid, so...
Okay, Medusa mid is something that has been tried and true for many seasons now, but... Again, with these, like, this kind of up away here from the mage mids, kind of a strange sort of meta we're shifting into here in the North American side of things. We did see kind of a more normal thing in the Battle for Athens on the EU side, but again, why are we seeing these hunters here? Actually, hold that thought. Clave is on his backhand side, gets sneaky out of off guard, and is going to be able to invade this red buff here, it seems. A little bit too late is Mike Masochist to save the day.
Yeah, Glavius blinking on the sneaky so early. And oh no, Glavius is just taking all the poke now.
Mike Masochist is going to be forced out there, and Sneaky is still level 1. We're turning the lane here, but Glavius is just going to be able to invade this entire left-hand side jungle, and that's going to be really good looks for him here, especially since he is now gaining an extra bit of gold, especially with that first blood kill. He's going to be able to help his Medusa friends secure these mid lane harpies as well.
Yeah, and this is, you know, we're seeing Kuzenbo solo, we have Medusa mid, but that just means that the duo lane is Terra Soul, and that last game we saw Terra just go off. And right now we're seeing the result of this. More Brooklyn just taking the kill away from his ADC Risky there.
I mean, Risky was not really close enough to get that last hit, and that's just the kill secured in my opinion. When you see Terra doing these things, you know, it's one thing, because, you know, Terra doesn't do that much damage without her ultimate. But with that ultimate, like we saw before, when we saw Soul on that Terra last game, he was doing a ton of work. Had, what, 4 or 5 kills on the support last game? That was kind of insane, if you ask me.
5 kills that a support got. But this is a very top, you know, good support right now because of the reverting her 3 back to rooting, as we just saw how Mort Brooklyn was able to get that last kill by getting the root off. I mean, that change alone just gives you that presence from Terra, and you just have so much kill potential with her, whether you're support or not.
Absolutely, and this red buff here has just spawned, but it looks like Space Station Gold are completely ready for this timer. Being a minor league team, they certainly know what is going on in the jungle, and it's such a treat really to have these minor league teams here participating in Smite Prime, because you kind of get to see the mix of the amateur scene and the minor league. and that's really exciting.
Yeah, it is, especially since some people that do get to participate in Smite Prime at one point or another did play in the SPL, whether they were just as a rookie, they're very temporarily, or they fell off of the scene, not performing at the level at which they once did. And it just makes a lot of these games that much more exciting, and you really get to see other teams that maybe they're trying to get to the SPL, they get to see where exactly they sit.
Absolutely, and between these two teams, though, we are seeing a lot of work in favor of Space Station Gold, and that's just simply due to their higher experience. But between the two comps itself, though, I'm honestly not mad at either of them. The Glavis right now is just handling Mike Masochist in a way that I'm sure he would not like to be handled. Especially when you've got the Chop Chop in the jungle walking straight up to an Uller. He's totally okay with it, just walking right on up. Sneaky hits the axe there in the mid lane. Clearly knows a thing or two. I mean, we saw him on jungle last game, but he's showing that he has mechanics here on this Uller in the mid lane.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of the players in Smite Prime in our tournaments, they will have the mechanics to be able to play, and Sneaky's just really patient, showing excellent self-control, not throwing the axe out too early to where he couldn't get away very easily.
Yes, and just to take a look here over in the solo side, I mean, Camazotz has the Kuzenbo under tower. Is that a surprise to anyone really? I mean, talk to me a little bit about this. What is Kuzenbo in this game?
I mean, Kuzenbo, the later the game goes...
Actually, hold that thought though. In this left-hand side here, right by the mid-camp, we see Amuel trying to take on Sneaky with Glavis in the rear. But Masochist unfortunately does not get the up-down with the ultimate, and Amuel gets that last kill. Let's pop. Hachiman is hiding right around the corner here with more members of Space Station Gold in the area. It looks like Hachiman is gonna have to back on out.
Yeah, and back to the point about Kuzenbo is, even though, you know, as a solo laner, a lot of people, you know, some get annoyed by him, some don't think he's good. It's the fact of control that he does bring into a game. He has his push and he has his ultimate that knocks up. And unfortunately for him at this point, he's going against a Camazotz with Haddix. And as you just saw, Camazotz has a lot of dive potential in the tower.
I mean, poor Dishonored. He's been sitting here under tower all game. Haddix is still in his blue, and what does Mike Masochist do for him? Can't even secure the blue. It lets him get soloed. I mean, come on, man. Where's my jungler, you know?
I think he was a little busy trying to help kill Amuel, and they did not succeed as Amuel made it to the other side of the tier 1 tower. Oh no. Mort, don't do this to him. Okay, he won't.
Mort tried to do it to him, but unfortunately there, misses the wall. Sneaky will be just okay. The ultimate was available for Mort, so if he had hit that wall there, he could have had the potential there to finish him off, but Glavis looks like he wants to do it just for him. One more hit on the health bar for Sneaky, and Glavis finds it with the ultimate. Masochist is right around the corner though, so Glavis is gonna have to blink on out, and it looks like he'll be just okay.
Yeah, and this is just the insane damage coming out. Seeing that Terra had Sneaky low, Mike just unable to help on the backside. Glavis going right past him, and now Amuel and Mort trying to get this tier 1, but Mort feeling like he's going to take a little too much poke with Mike sitting right there, so just going back off, clean up the Harpies.
Now we're finally starting to see Soul the player, not the god, rotate on this Ganesh, and Terra has been in the middle lane for quite a while now, so now that the team of Arena Mains actually has their support there, they might be a little bit in a better position than they were before.
Yeah, they do have a better position for helping get their team away, but the difference in experience right now is so big that fighting Amuel and Mort Brooklyn is just really hard for Arena Mains, just between Sneaky and Soul.
Right now, Mort is going pretty hard there on the FD sword, but being the Hachiman has the ability to dash away there without much trouble at all, but be careful in the mid lane because Sneaky's gonna get rotated on by Glavis, but Glavis is just gonna walk on through, just trying to scare the pants off of Sneaky there, and that he does. Ward's coming out here from the side of Arena Maze to try and catch out Glavis on these invades, but Mike Masochist pretty much just gets handled and goes straight down low, but Sneaky is able to finish him off. Mike Masochist unfortunately does not get the ultimate there to grab the last hit, but baiting him in there is going to do just enough.
And now Amiel here with more deleting Soul. Unfortunately for him, 4 levels behind Amiel, so there's no chance of him getting out alive at that. And now they're going to have a lot of aggression onto this tier 1 in mid lane. Could possibly be, looks like it will be the second tower to fall if it gets down at all, because over in the solo lane, Dishonored pushed under his tier 2 by Haddix.
Right now though, Amiel tried to dash into that middle tower, but unfortunately there gets axed out in the dash by Sneaky and does not end up getting the kill. Terra ult was popped though, but linked out by Mike Masochist is going to keep him alive. Haddix to make the rotation. Great stuff there on the Sneaky by Mort, but Haddix is in a world of hurt right now. Actually, he's not really in a world of hurt, but he could have been had there been more damage coming out of Sneaky, but Sneaky's just gonna back off, but Mort is not done here. He was a little bit too aggressive there, taking the axe to the face and a pillar to the brain, and that's gonna be a kill for Sneaky. Right now,
Yeah,
Haddix has returned, gets a kill on the Sneaky. Nice return kill there, but Mike Masochist and Soul are not done. They're trying to run away now from this big bat boy, but it looks like Haddix isn't done quite yet. Going up in the sky, bat out of hell, gonna chase down Soul, has a tower shot waiting for him when he gets down, and then Silence as well, jumps right over the damage there from FT Sword, but unfortunately could not get the hit with the Vampire Bat, so down he goes.
Yeah, Haddix being the highest level in the game, level 12 out of the solo lane. He's bringing in a lot of damage, able to kill Sneaky on the back end, but just got so greedy against Soul. And even though, yes, he was 1 HP, gets completely caught out by Sword and Masochist at the end.
Yeah, but right now we did see that solo tier 1 tower go down in favor of so just grabbing on that solo side. So this is pretty much gonna give Haddix the freedom to rotate pretty much whenever he wants, because he can push that mini wave up to the tier 2 tower, grab the blue buff on the way out, and go on over to mid lane or go on over to Gold Fury, whatever Space will decide to be doing.
Yeah, and deciding to go get the Oracles here, which very good choice. Give them the vision. Don't let Arena Mains have any chance to counter you, because right now, Space Station Gold is the one sitting with the pressure across the map, a level in XP, having a tower down in the solo lane. They have the freedom to try and start Gold Free when they choose. And Mort Brooklyn just being a little cheeky in the mid lane, hitting his walls.
Speaking of Mort Brooklyn, let's talk a little bit about his build. We see the Guardian's Blessing, which is pretty standard, but instead of really going for any of those traditional auras, we see him going for the Celestial Legion, or excuse me, Jade Emperor's Crown. So it did get buffed in the past patch, but talk to me about why he's picking it up here and why it's so good.
The reason I like this, even though you see, people either go Sovereignty or Gauntlet of Thebes first, I mean, Space Station Gold's ahead. Right now, they're up nearly 6k gold in total, and I mean, why not? Make it the enemy team who have 2 Hunters and a Raven do less damage and leave it up more to Dishonored and Soul to bring top damage. So everything you're taking away out of these Hunters and this Warrior is just hurting Arena Mains.
Speaking of Glavis, though, on this backhand side, he tried to find the Red Buff invade, but unfortunately got taken down by Mike Masochist and FT Sword, and still tried to make the rotation there, but was just not on time, using the ultimate there to try to take away that purple buff, and that she did. She's going to chase down the Robin, though, trying forcing him out, but sitting 2 levels ahead of FT Sword here is not afraid to pick a fight, especially when she knows it's one she can win, because Soul is one of those characters that, even though she's not a traditional hunter by any means, she still almost certainly boxes out most other hunters. But right now, Mike Masochist has made a return and ends up getting the kill there as FT Sword comes to the backhand side to grab a kill. But over in mid lane, there's another engage. Sneaky goes down to Haddix. Haddix is gonna bat out of hell right out of there, and he will be okay. So somebody doesn't go there to contest, and that speed buff is coming right on up, but it looks like Haddix is not aware.
Yeah, and with Space Station Gold, thankfully for them, Sonic decided he did not want to try and push anyone under tower until now, but Emil getting out using the ultimate, but falling between Mike, Masochist, and the ult coming out from Soul. The Dark Pillars, and now Haddix getting tossed up. Not much of a meaning to him. And Glavius going in with the ult, doing so much damage.
Glavis is able to dive that tower with all the damage mitigation he has from just being an Osiris, but all the damage he has also being an Osiris and having that Crusher, and also this Warrior Tower. But Haddix needs to be careful here. He is taking a good deal of damage here. Dishonored rolls around at the speed of sound, trying to find another kill here onto Haddix. Pushing him around, but Sneaky needs to find these last hits. Great walls that are coming out from Mort, but Haddix is just stuck. He doesn't have any way to get out, and he will be taken down with the speed buff that they were trying to invade so hard also did not get stolen.
Yeah, and that's just positioning at that point. They did get the tier 1 in mid though, so having that little bit of extra gold, even though they lost Haddix, which, I mean, at this point, I don't know if it's shield to them, just because even though, yes, he's ahead, he provides more gold and XP to arena mains. They've been fighting and pushing out so far ahead of them that really, I don't think they care too much about one death from Haddix.
I mean, right now Risky is sitting pretty far ahead of FT Sword, but unfortunately here, he's not able to really have that place to find as his own defenses, because FT Sword can just walk up to him and take him down. Unfortunately, there misses the ultimate as well, but Soul ends up body blocking his own ADC. But great damage increase there from Soul and a great banner to finish off. Risky is there, but Amul's not done. Going to be able to take out FT Sword, but Aegis is there, trying to get away from Mike Masochist, but unfortunately the ultimate from Mike Masochist is going to be way too good. Great job there from Glavis on the rotation, going to be able to jump on the Soul here, try and take him down, pops the tethers, trying to find this last hit going as fast as he can, and gets the stun off, so there he goes, grabbing that kill.
Yeah, and he's just going to try and keep fighting, but Mike on this Robin, out damaging a little bit heavier, especially having the wave of minions to help him out. And during that whole engagement, Sneaky decides that he's going to take down that tier 1 in mid, so evening out the tower count and bringing this gold lead down to 3k, just a little bit over that. And it looks like Space Station Gold want to do this Pyromancer here. It will give them a little extra gold, allow people to get back to lane if they decide to back. But the big question is, who's going to do Gold Fury first?
Absolutely, and the bigger question right now is, are they going to even be able to get this Pyromancer, because Mike Masochist has shown up. Although Mike does have a good deal of secure, that wall from Terra is going to be able to do it, and it looks like it was actually stolen away by Mike!
That right there is Crusher for you. Even if Mort Brooklyn did get that wall off and it seems like they had it, Crusher has the DOT effect that Bluestone used to bring when it was still in the game. So that just allows him to take last ticks off of anything that he hits.
Right now, May's ultimate has been popped in the middle lane, slowing down Sneaky substantially, but the sprint has been popped on the side of Arena Main, so it looks like they will be getting out of there, but right now, Space Station Gold needs to decide whether or not they want to push onto this Gold Fury or not, knowing that Ganesh ult is down, and knowing that this sprint has been popped. They are going to pull it here, knowing they have an ADC and a half in Soul, and Haddix blinks into the backhand side, but blinking in towards the Gold Fury is going to be Mike Masochist, and Risky has to Aegis that away, but Mike has to Aegis as well. Although he's not stealing the Gold Fury, he is going to get his life stolen away from him. Doran's popped here by Dishonored, and so is the ultimate. Risky is getting so incredibly low, but a great wall from Mort is going to save the life of Risky, and Amul is trying to come back in and finish off Dishonored, but it looks like Risky's going to try and do it himself. Meanwhile, he gets a kill onto Haddix on this left-hand side, but Risky finally finishes off Dishonored.
Yeah, and just good job fighting by Space Station Gold, peeling so hard for his two ADCs. Was Mort Brooklyn. Fantastic job with the walls, and Mike just a little bit too early with the ultimate to try and steal away the Gold Fury, as Risky was able to use the Soul Ultimate to finally secure it down. Very close play though on his part, but unfortunately trading out Dishonored for Haddix, and along with himself, just not the best of positions for arena mains.
Right now, Glavis is trying to push very hard here on the Sneaky. Unfortunately, his ult was off the mark, but Emul does end up getting the kill there with a bounce from the spit. And right now he is chasing a bit harder there on the soul. Mike Massacus is taking a ton of damage, and Osiris is not done yet. He's going to keep continuing on to Mike Massacus, and he does find the kill, although he needs to be careful here because Dishonored is going to try and fight back here, but being the Kuzenbo, he's got no damage, so unfortunately he's not going to be able to take that additional toll onto Glaven's house, especially considering the sustain coming out of Morphleth's Terra.
And yeah, now popping the Terra ultimate to help his team get away securely, had Dishonored in it, so if they had chosen Term, he would have taken extra damage from that, but just using it to get away safely, and that ultimate, although it's pretty big for team fights, they're not too worried about having it right now against Arena Mains. They're so far ahead. They're trying to take another tier 2 tower here. It looks like they will get it, and they're just gonna try and keep pushing on the Soul and FT Sword here.
Now the sprint was popped though, but FT Sword is going to try and fight back. Great walls there to zone away, but Mort gets hit with a stun. Sprint popped by himself, and Emil is going to take the banner to the face. And right now it just looks like they're going to evacuate this left-hand side, but Risky wants this purple buff. He knows he shouldn't be doing it, but he wants it. He's got the Zapman one more wave feels, but instead of a wave, it's going to be a purple buff.
Yeah, just at least recognizing that he needs to go, just keeps going out. Did not want to be caught out by Mike and Sneaky there, especially having Soul around. If he gets off a silence and knocks you up, it's going to be very hard getting away, even though you are Soul.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're sitting at nearly 10k in a deficit for Arena Mains, so what is it going to take here for Arena Mains to get back in this? I mean, it's not really the problem with their comp, it's that they continue to keep getting picked, really, and they're not really super organized in these fights like this Smite Minor League team is.
Yeah, and there were points where it seemed like, especially when they had gotten it back down, they had started picking out Space Station Gold one by one, taking fights towards their advantage, but then you have Glavius who's going around and just finding the enemy team like Sneaky and Mike out alone in the jungle, and if they really want to be able to come back in, they need to do a little better defensive supporting, try and fight more as a team, finding picks where you can, and take advantage of people going a little too far deep.
Speaking of taking advantage of people going too far deep, I mean, Space Station Gold just did the Fire Giant. I mean, there was no response from Arena Mains at all, and right now, the 5-man team will group up on this left-hand side and take down this tier 2 tower, and they might even look to take down the Phoenix. It just depends on when FT Sword is going to back, and it looks like he's going now, but Sneaky also returning to base. Maybe it's going to be a little bit too late. Mort Brooklyn is going to hop right into this Phoenix, trying to throw up the walls to zone away his enemies, but he is going to have to be careful about how hard he goes. Phoenix about half health now. Dishonored does pop the ultimate, but Mort doesn't get knocked up because of his Terra passive.
Yeah, and a little surprising that no one from Arena Mains decided to take that down quickly, but blinking in is Glavius, just putting the immediate pressure on, along with Haddix. Haddix getting caught and pulled back.
Oh my god, that dash damage! Right now, Emil doing so much damage here on this backhand side. Emil's gonna have to run around and try and finish off this middle Phoenix. FT Sword is going to do his best, but Mike Massacus is going to blink in and get Emil so incredibly low. Glavius extends his ultimate to try and find the kill, but on the backhand side, Kuzumo's doing his best to keep Risky off of Mike, but Mike just falls down. Risky is going to be able to get this kill, and right now that's a 2-0, and the Titan's wide open to attack, about 80% HP. They're trying to fight right through Dishonored to get to the Titan. Dishonored is feeling the pain, but Haddix is feeling it even more, taking the Titan and the auto from Sneaky. Not the smartest decision.
Yeah, he was doing whatever he could to try and keep up as much pressure as possible. His team could get in there, but unable to find the ability to, because the push that was done by Dishonored, and Glavius is in a really bad spot now, going to get cleaned up by Dishonored, and Sneaky needs to get away quickly before Risky comes around.
Right now, though, Amuel is going to throw out the ultimate, but FT Sword with the banner does find the last hit on the Amuel right now. He's being knocked out, getting pushed back by Dishonored, and FT Sword with a double kill leaves only Mort Brooklyn to run away for himself. Great stun there from the dash, but even better stun for Mort. He's going to pop the ultimate to try and get away here. The ultimate comes out of FT Sword, but the CC combo is almost too much, and Mort can't really do anything here. I mean, he got pushed, he got silenced, He got knocked up. I mean, what can a Terra do?
Yeah, and that is just good team fighting by the side of Arena Mains, picking players off one by one, starting with Haddix. And good job by Mort Brooklyn to delay them from being able to go too far any further, because now you have Haddix and Glavius is coming up very soon. Your tier 2 in mid lane will fall here, but they're not going to find too much more off of it. The Gold Fury goes down, but actually instead Arena Mains turn their attention to Haddix instead of finishing off this tower.
Alex is going to keep on fighting too. He's not done yet. He's going to actually jump straight through the pillars, going straight into the bat out of hell. Popping the sprint to try and stay alive here is Soul, but one more hit is going to do it. Unfortunately, Haddix, this is the vampire bastard, is getting slowed down by the Nene Kappa, but does actually catch him with the Screech. And right now, Sneaky's in a ton of trouble. Great vampire bastard, the double kill there by Haddix, and Dishonored is in a bit of a pickle here, getting slowed down by the abilities from Glavis, but Haddix is taking a bit of poke here for the long range damage from Empty Sword. He's got to be careful, but he is the Canvas off. He's got the sustain. Ultimate popped here by Dishonored, and Emil gets the last hit there with the ultimate. Red Team's Titan is under attack, and so is Empty Sword. Titan's going to 50%, and it's going even lower, even lower, because Soul is hitting it. But Alicia, one more time, Glavis actually does take a bit of poke from the fountain, and right now, Abigail did fall down on this backhand side, so it looks like they might not even be able to end. Glavis actually walks into the Phoenix and does take a power shot. So Risky finishes off FT Sword on the front side. Risky finishes off Mike Masochist, and Risky finishes off the Titan. That's going to be game, ladies and gentlemen. Space Station Gold take the finals, but pretty handedly.
Yeah, good showing by Space Station Gold. They did have a win issue where they got completely wiped on their first attempt going into the Titan, but coming back, losing Amul, but getting the Titan finally to go down all the way. Just all around good job by the part of Space Station Gold, going as far as they could to expand their lead and just win this game as quickly as they think they could.
I mean, that just kind of spiraled off of that first blood that Glavis got. Glavis being incredibly aggressive in the jungle did lead to him getting a slew of kills and getting quite a bit of early invades there that led to the early game from the side of Arena Mains to be a little bit rough. But once again, congratulations there to Space Station Gold for their victory here in the finals of this week's Battle for Asgard. But that's just going to be it for us for now. Make sure you guys come on back next week to check out some more from Smite Prime and the various tournaments that are run here. So we'll see you guys then.